Hello, this is Handcuffs the Soulbinder, and let's play Disturbed. I'm usually quite disturbed myself, so let's see what we're getting. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt, and your cow is sick. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You are going to do something about it. I hope so. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Let's see. Go to the crops, go in the house, go to the shed. Let's see. Uh, go to the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it sometime. You attempt to open the shed door, but your door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. All right. Maybe the key is in the house then. Entering the house, you feel subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish your problems will go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Let's see. I don't want to lay in bed. That seems like a bad idea. Let's read the journal actually. Dear Journal, another unusual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Bethany, I think that's pronounced, is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides, so that's her cow. If things continue to go well, or very, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. Yes, cow. Dot dot dot. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Someone broke into my shed and stole some things. Well, that's not cool. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment, well, that's kind of shitty too. Well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Well, dot dot dot. Dear Journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip to the into the city to see what this is about. Dot dot dot. I read my journal. Unless there's more to it, let's see. Another usual day on the farm, crops are growing. Nope, it's the same old, same old. Let's see. Chest. You open the chest, found nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. Go back outside for now. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Well, bend into the crowd, bit to the shed, crops. A path divides the crops. You have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Got a pen? Go into the pen. No, my cow. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick in your stomach, to your stomach, as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. I'll inspect the water first. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Okay. Your face shrivels in disgust. I'm gonna grab a mushroom. No! You kneel down and grab a mushroom. I think I messed up. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Ouch. Slowly your body shrivels into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Achievement. Those are some serious shrooms. Well, I don't think we did very well in that part. I knew not to sleep, but I figured we would just put the mushroom in our bag for later. But alright, let's try this again. My cow is sick. Do 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 do. Is it up to me? Alright, so I know that. Go to the crops. And this time we will follow the path. A cave over there. Also, I kind of like I like these drawing styles here. They're pretty nice. You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Oh, I know it's a bad idea, but caves. So there's a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there's a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deadly blight found outside. Uh, I'll go. I knew it. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you may have made a terrible mistake in even thinking that something helpful can be in here. I'm not gonna fight the bear. Run away. The moment you turn to run, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking the stones about the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. Well, you make it to the trail, then the bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. Scratch another off the list. All right, let's try. I want to try fighting the bear, so let's give that a go. Go to the crops, follow the path, into the cave, further, fight the bear. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after another, you throw rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges as you bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites into your neck. Your body quickly goes limp and you die. Your adventure ends here. I knew that was going to happen, but I was curious how we were going to fight it. Let's see. Crops. Da, 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 da. Actually, let's go to sleep. Let's get all this horrible stuff out of the way. Oh no, look at this bed. You lay in bed and fall asleep to the light sounds of the wind blowing against the grass. Oh, a dream sequence. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you, a stone, glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. You reach towards the stone with your hand. As your finger makes contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away like dice, dust in the wind. The particles flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and the fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself laying on the ground. Laying on the ground. Well, that looks like more of a ground right there. You suddenly see yourself laying in bed, never to wake up again. Well, I knew that was going to happen. Your adventure ends here. Achievement: I am your nightmare. I figured I would die in bed. Wonder if that stone actually has anything to do with stuff, though. But, okay. Shed is still locked. I did everything in the house. So, let's follow the path. Follow the path. I'm not going to go into the cave. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Of course, inspect away. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothing scattered about the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. Pick up the key and continue on your way. Good. I probably need that. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack similar to your house. Well, similar to the house you have on the farm. It's a basic same thing. Mine was shorter. Anyway, the man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he is home. Let's see. Check to see the kind man. You walk towards the structure, and knock on the door. Dot, dot, dot. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere, probably dead. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. Door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in, like a jerk. Observing. Ooh, somebody got dragged into that trap door. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. You think. The room is wrecked, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Um, do, uh, I'm going to inspect the book on the table at least. Pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly. Thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is that one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day, weird way to put it, apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish. Is that supposed to be apparently? Some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. Uh, Unless fish prices are really good here. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about that? About it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to the two extremes, but I can't but that can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. How'd you know? Dot dot dot. You can't find a name to give you can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. I I For the sake of dead ends, open the trapdoor. You observe the trapdoor and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock to the front door and the hatch door? Okay. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward like an idiot. What? Woman! It's it's a sex dungeon. Oh no. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. For the sake of dead ends, talk to the woman. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. Woman, you there. Let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up here to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Dot dot dot. Something brought you here. Please have mercy on me. For the sake of dead ends, free the woman. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you very much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards me and stabs me in the face. Ugh, you don't look very nice. I will now do you a favor. What seemed to be the face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock onto your arms. No, not the undead! Energy flees from your body, and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes to black. That's life drain, by the way. It's what undead use. RPGs for the win. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. Oh, I didn't get to see the thing there, but I'm sure it was hilarious. Let's continue. He is not home. Cross the bridge. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that's happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting uncomfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Do not take a nap. This is like Nausicaa levels of poison going on here, and that won't that won't be good. Both of these seem like bad things given previous experiences, but pick at the grass. Oh, that noise. As you pick at the gra- as you pick at the grass, blades in your reach, glass. Bleh. As you pick at the grass blade, as you pick at the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. What is this place? Uh, you turn around to see a large angry face looking back at you. Trance! Ah! Or Trient, I don't remember how to say it. And it's not Ents, because Ents are the ones that walk. You turn around to see a large angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or screams escape your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left from your body. Your adventure ends here. Nature will rise against you, achievement. Alright, this time, let's take a nap. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be, and it's me. A bad feeling then overcomes you, and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. Oh, I woke up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad might happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Let's see. I'm left-handed, so let's go left. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you want to go? Continue down the path, follow the trail in the grass. For the sake of dead ends. Ooh! You follow a subtle trail in the grass. You stumble upon what looks like a grave. For the sake of dead ends, inspect the grave. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. ... The sword, may I have it? ... Spirit. The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. That means I'm gonna be cursed and bound here, and he'll be free. Ugh. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. For the sake of dead ends, grab the sword. You reach for the sword. You can lay a finger on it. The spirit grabs your arm. A sharp pain flows over your body as the flesh melts from your bones, while fragments remain fall on the ground. Your adventure ends here. A cursed blade. Great achievement. Which way do I go? If I talk to him and don't grab this, back away from the sword. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. Figure fades out of view. Continue on. You pause and see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Inspect the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Whoa! Resting underwater is an orb of some sort, sitting at the bottom of the lake, which will probably murder me. There is something strange about it, as if it were calling to you. For the sake of dead ends, dive in. Close your eyes and jump into the lake. Your eyes open and see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. Then a big old fish comes out. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. Quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. Okay, we continue down the path. Instead of going for that sword and that ball, you walk for some time and find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Inspect it. Peer down the well. Other than evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Go down? Whatever. For the sake of dead ends, lean over the edge of the wall. If there is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down down the inner wall of this well. This protagonist is not the brightest cookie. Brightest cookie. Yep. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness of your incident. With a splash, you fall. I like the "you failed" noise. You fall into the water. Your body sinks Your body sinks Wow, effortlessly, and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Achievement unlocked. Ooh, shiny. Okay, this time let's not go down the well like a goof and continue on. Hey, it's a village or a hamlet or some other thing. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you've reached the walls of Haramor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. Continue across. You have come a long way, and you don't desire to turn back now. You march towards the into the tainted soil. Oh, so it. Uh, really? Before you realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you, and your lungs struggle for air. You mean you noticed that the soil was bad, and you didn't tell me when you asked me to go forward? You terrible person. Your body burns and pains as you suffocate and die. I went. I don't even. Your adventure ends here. It was all for nothing. All right, since going to that village was all for nothing, let's go to the right path this time, because that seems better. You reach the end of the pathway. In in the distance is a tower looking over the. That doesn't sound good at all. Over the area, a gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. This place looks 10 times more evil, but let's do it. Also, of interest, there's a tree that has a hole carved into it. Okay. Oh my god, look at that grand, evilish looking tower! Oh, look, a tree. It has a hole in it. We're gonna inspect the tree, of course. You approach the tree and notice that the hole is big enough to fit your hand in it and bite it off. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you. Oh, so I just stuck my hand in automatically? You find three knobs. One on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Just a notice, I never was able to open that shed. Yeah. Okay. Three knobs. One on the right, one in the middle, and one on the left. Why did it say centered? Press the knobs. Really? I'll press the right knob. Dot, dot, dots. Then the left knob. Then the middle. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. Well, I don't know it. All right. Hmm. Go to the gate. You approach the. Hey, it's the gate from the start menu. You approach the gate cautiously. Uh, Enter. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. There's no doubt this is the birthplace of the spreading plague. There is a fountain before you with statues on the right and left. Um, Inspect the left statue. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand. The other one, wait, the other with one finger pointed toward the sky. Okay, book and finger. Leave it alone. On the right, before you stands an angel statue that has broke in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there is only two remaining fingers on the angel's hand. Okay, so it's left is one, right is two. Feel like you should keep your distance and observe the statue. And the fountain. Dark haze about the fountain, the water is black, and the smell burns with every breath. Feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if it were calling for something. Exit the gated area. Inspect the tree. Press the knobs. Left, right, middle. The knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. Did it do anything? Back to the gate. Enter. Let's look at the left statue. Does it look the same? Hmm. Let's look at the fountain. Does that look the same? Okay, let's do the fountain first. So press knobs. Middle, left, right. Knobs lock in place. Come on. Come on. Enter the tower. You approach the door. An invisible barrier stops you. Must be some sort of magic. Now will it work? Hmm. Okay, inspect the fountain one more time. Cause I can't tell which part the fountain's in. The statues are easy. Let's try the first combination we did. Left, right, and then middle. Alright, we leave the tree and we'll go try the door again. Enter the tower. You approach the door. As you reach for the knob, invisible barrier. Okay, go back. Okay, we'll try it as the fountain is the first one, then left, then right. Bloop, bloop. Enter the tower. Huh. Okay, do I have to inspect them now? Okay, is holding a book in one hand. The other one with one finger pointed up towards the side. One finger, so it's the first. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. Statue on the left. Right, sorry. Before you stands an old angel statue that's broken many places. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is covering over the bowl. You notice that there is only two remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. Yes. Huh. And the fountain burns with every breath. You still feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if it were calling for something. Huh. Inspect the tree. Press knobs. Left, right, middle. Okay, do the exact opposite then, because regardless of the hints, it doesn't seem to be working. Press knobs. Right, left, middle. So I'm just gonna have to be that guy that just presses them randomly until it works, you know? Left, right, middle. Wait, can I press? Can I press some of them multiple times? Middle, middle, middle. Uh, oh. Maybe I press left once. Okay, I got it. Uh, I should have guessed that. Okay, we pressed left once and then right twice. You hear a rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Everything goes dark and you sink below the surface. A hole above you sealed, sub-trapping you underground. You find yourself with no evident way out of the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. You see three separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which do you choose? I choose to save. Which do you choose? Uh, Never go wrong going left. You cautiously make your way through the darkness. Really? Left. You move forward into the darkness. Is this the beginning one? All right, go left. Make my way into the darkness, and then I go right. You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice there's a light off in the distance as you continue to make your way forward. Eventually, you make it into some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. You turn around to see a door. There Turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. You turn about to discover that to that in each direction there's a door. Mm, You turn about to discover that in each direction there's a door. Boxes of supplies and debris litter the floor and corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the doors and floor, some of which scare you. You get a bad feeling about this place. Alright, the middle one looks horrible. The left one looks almost as horrible. Right, inspect the supplies. You walk around about the room, browsing through the dust-covered storage. You find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimal wear. You decide to take the rope. But of course. Uh, right door. You enter a small room. There is a large cauldron in the center of the room with wood resting beneath. There is nothing on the shelves, as if someone cleaned out this place. You look into the pot and find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit the room. Okay. Left door. Enter a small room with a large hole in the wall. There is other objects in the room, but none of them interest you. Hmm. Continue on. Move into the darkness. So that's the one I came from. So I'll go left, and then up again, then right again, so I can get back in here. And then let's go through the middle door. Enter the room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages, surely it did not like to be locked up. You notice that there is an animal in the cage on the left of the room, but from the dark stains on its fur, it's dead. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with two cell doors. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. Realizing that you are not prepared for a moment like this, you slowly back away toward the other room. To your dismay, the dog follows your every movement. Before you can do anything, the dog leaps towards you, at you. Towards you is probably better for this. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Your adventure ends here. Alright. So I do want to go that way to grab the rope again. Because I feel I need that rope. Inspect the supplies, take the rope. Oh, you walk up the steps. You enter a large. I went to the room behind me, by the way. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust, and spider webs cover the walls and ceiling. Where should you go now? Upstairs, downstairs, the far door, go outside. Well, if I go outside, I wonder if I could use that rope to get the sword. Or the orb. Because I'm feeling like should probably get all these things, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna go outside. Can I enter the tower again? Oh, really? Ay, ay, ay. So that was not cool. Back where the path split. Go left. I'm gonna see if I can get that sword or something. Inspect the grave. Back away. Continue on. Actually, I don't know if I could have gone further this way. Only something appears. Free me. I rare hope. Wait. You pause to see the lake nearby. Inspect the lake. There's an orb there. Now's probably not the time. Yeah, so I think I do need to get all these things. Let's continue down the trail. Oh, the faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Inspect the pillars. You stand before large stones arranged in the shape of a circle, at the center of which at the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. So that's either for the sword or the orb. Explore the field. Find yourself glazing over a grass field. Gazing over a grass field. Glazing. With hills rolling off into the distance. What? Unicorn? As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It appears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Huh. The trail comes to an end. Okay, so I need to do all these things, but I'm not entirely sure what I need to do with them. Back to the grave. Wait, can the unicorn pull the... Only something of pure essence can... A rare hope, like a flower found in the darkness. Do I need to actually find a flower in the darkness? Continue. Oh, yeah, I can get the coin. You walk for some time, finding on this field glass, and then we inspect the well. You peer down the well. There's a coin. You try to get it, but you can't. Grab the coin, fasten it to the wall. You climb down with ease and obtain the coin. You struggle to pull yourself out of the well, but you do so successfully. Then you loosen the rope and store it away. So I have the rope and the coin. You feel somewhat satisfied that you are one coin richer. Hmm. Okay, so then I go back to the tall grass. Hmm. Go where the path split again. I'll go right this time. I will go to the gate, enter, and I think I need to throw a coin in this fountain. Inspect the fountain. It wants something. You pull out the coin you found, toss it in the water of the fountain. The coin disappears with a subtle splash. The water fizzles for a moment, then quickly returning to a lifeless state. Surely this must mean something. And I open the door to the tower. Okay, so this is going pretty good so far. Went a large room. The air is polluted with dust, and spider webs cover the ceiling. Where should I go? First, I'm going to do the magical thing and save. You know? I'm going to go upstairs because I've been downstairs. You discover what looks like a private library. There is a passage before you with bookcases on the left and right. Browse the books. Take a moment to look at the books. Dot dot dot. Some of them catch your eye. Okay. Um, Deception by Music. Rituals of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Dots. Pillars of Stone. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way, often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is a great mystery of the ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into keystones. You stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. Uh, Flipping through the pages, there is one in particular that has ink marks over it, dots. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power. Even if such a fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain such a force. It must be bent and channeled into specifically crafted vessels to carry it. I think this is talking about the sword. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world could fight for, would fight for. That's Deception by Music. There's a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn into it. That's the art of charming is not charming is not necessarily limited to an instrument, but how the musician goes about given instrument, playing instrument, the given instrument, a given instrument, whatever. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for a skill such as this is the unicorn they're talking about, obviously. There are few instruments recommended. A harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, wow, just throw it away. The soothing voice of a harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for a simple trick, but it can mean the difference between a life and death in such situations. Dots. Alright, so I need a harp. Move forward. Look more upstairs. You pause as you notice a stone carving of a person praying attached to the wall. There is something odd about it, but you can't put your finger on it. With caution, you continue up the stairs. You enter a strange room with a globe centered about the room. There are no window. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there is a chest resting against the wall. To the right, yep. You also notice that there is another passageway like the previous room. Uh, Inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal, and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are, Hamamar. I'm probably butchering that name, by the way, but there's nothing I can do about it. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings in the area, made with black ink. He's doing this. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on other areas around the globe. Fine. This better not be it. There's a lock fastened to it. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide, okay. Continue forward. Climb the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. Open hatch. Open hatch and pull yourself up. Oh, look! It's that thing that killed me in the dream. You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if it were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. I don't have anything to destroy it. You turn and begin to exit through the hatch. To your surprise, you find it difficult to focus. Suddenly, you go down the hatch, blah, blah, blah. You hit your head and tumble down the stairs like a... Does that really killed me? With a broken neck, you struggle to live, only to die moments later. Your adventure ends here. You have no power here achievement. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? All right. I don't know if we need to read those, but let's go to the far door. Spiders. Okay, the door struggles to move, but you enter in what appears to be a spider's den. The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there are a couple items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there's a key on the ground that will no doubt be of need. Ah, spider! Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. This is some good drawing style. I love it. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. With nothing to defend yourself, the spider quickly bites you. So I need that sword. You begin to lose feeling all over your body, goes black, your adventure ends here. No achievement for dying by spider? Oh, there it is. Achievement. Sam doesn't save you in this story. Sam. A reference that is currently lost on me. Alright, go downstairs again then. So that's the stairs behind me. Go to the left door, leads outside. Continue down. I didn't go down the other hallway. Go right this time. And let's go left. Which way do I choose? Right. What? As you make yourself way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old ship against rests against the edge of the lake with debris. I'm sorry, it's a pirate ship underground. All right. Against the edge of the lake with debris scattered around the surrounding area. Inspect the ship. You cautiously walk towards the ship. The air is chilling, and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Wow. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel this ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sounds of your footsteps bounce off the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover their kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. Uh, inspect, inspect the drawers. You pull one out after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Aww. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotted the edge of the wall. You take the knife in hopes that it may defend yourself with. Good! Finally got a weapon. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stove top. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fill the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Just checking because it's still there. Move on. You continue your lonely tour of the ship only to find that there is nothing of use or value. So I leave the ship. Oh, I skipped some stuff. It makes me feel bad. Okay, you found some other stuff, and you go to this room, da 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 da. That's what I'm assuming. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. You rest an old wooden desk. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There's a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything other than the lamp and other objects. There is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. You approach the desk and you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Loan document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scout assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Stack of papers. Peering through about the papers of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes and journal entries. Dots. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7, the voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world changing together. We move forward with our hearts and unbreakable spirits. Dots. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have not yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms and sicknesses as plagued the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growling doubt in their eyes of my fellow laborers. As our voyage continues, day after day, food rations have been cut in half. In fears that we may have to turn back, I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Dots. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here and endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. You don't. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Dots. Leave. Seeing that there is little left to see, you leave. The one under ca- the wood under your feet cackle as you exit the vehicle. You make your way back to the tunnels. I went right last time, so let's go left. Toward the darkness. Let's go forward. Towards the darkness. Uh, left. You hear the subtle echo of rocks shifting. Ah! Now he appears before you as a gaze piercing through the darkness. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. Pulls about, but you resist as much as you can. You remember the knife you have found and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you cut. The creature immediately leaves you alone. Take a moment to catch your breath. Come to a vide wish. Right? You walk the path and comes to an end. Before you shines a pillar of light. The flower! The light rests on a corpse which seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Surely this flower will ease the pain of the spectre. You approach the flower and pluck it from the ground. There's something special about this flower. The light continues to pierce through the darkness, and from an opening above, surely this gives you some hope that all is not lost. Seeing that there is nothing else for you to do here, you turn around. Should I turn? I'm going to turn left again. Into the darkness. Okay, then I go right, not right, left, right, left. Alright, I needed to go left and then right. Alright, so then I'm back up here. And I enter the door behind me, go up the stairs. Where should I go now? I go outside. Already appeased that, so I exit. Go back to the path. I go left. Go down the trail in the grass. Inspect the grave. As you approach the grave, the ghost appears before. Without without hesitation, you reach for the flower to give to the spirit. The spirit grabs the flower from your hand as you extend it to him. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away with the flower. A faint whisper dances about the air. I am free at last. You feel a sense of relief within you, and you reach for the sword. You now wield the special sword. And save. And I continue on. I wonder if I can kill this creature. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the lake and let's see if I can do this. Dive in! I dive in to the lake. I open my eyes and see the stone sitting before you. I start my way towards it. A large fish comes into view, its mouth stretched wide. You grab your sword and hold it close, pointed at the fish. The fish swims with you with haste. Just as it gets in range, you thrust the sword into the top of the mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain as blood filters through the water. You pull the sword out and the fish retreats out of sight. You doubt it will live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate, as if there's energy inside trying to break loose. This must be important. It's the keystone! You exit the lake with the orb in possession. I continue. I explore the pillars. You remember the orb you found on the floor of the lake nearby. You place the orb in the slot carved into the center rock. The stones that surround you begin to glow. A light radiates and grows brighter. With a flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground is no longer grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. This is a lot for a farmer to take in. Looking onward, at the end of the pathway is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or end, an endless power steadily flowing. You're amazed at such a sight. Um, let's save, and then let's do this. The light intrigues you, and you walk towards it, and you die. Rays of light brush about you as if they were seeking to break away from its home. You feel energy flow into you, but you struggle to contain it. Your body begins to glow immensely, and you burn from the inside out. You're blinded by the flow of power, and you dissolve before it. Your body becomes disintegrated by the light. Your adventure, unfortunately, ends here. Achievement unlocked. The light shall burn you. Well, I knew that was coming. Let's go back. I leave. Now, seeing what secrets these stones contain, you know you can come back at a later time. You pick up the orb. Alright. I do not have anything for the unicorn yet, so I go back. And I will murder a spider. Go to the gate. I enter the gate. I enter the tower. And to the far door. Okay, before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster. Each time it squeals in pain. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about, possibly to strike again. You notice the key on the ground close to your feet. Before more trouble happens, you quickly grab the key and make for the door. You feel you got what you needed. There's no reason to go back in that room again. Go upstairs. Uh, Move forward. I don't know what to do about that. Open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock fastened to it. But the key you found earlier, you try to open the lock. It opens. It's a harp! You discover a small wooden harp resting on the loincloth. The linen cloth. Loin. Linen cloth? You take the harp. Okay, so then I go back downstairs. Back downstairs. Should I try the... I'll save first. And then I'm gonna try the dog first. So I go downstairs. I go to the middle door. And there's a dog! Beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move. Pull out the harp and begin to pluck the strings. Dots! The hound begins to wag its tail. To your surprise, the beast walks away as if it was charmed by the harp. You never gave it much thought how powerful music can be. Okay, let's see. The one on the right is open, so the one on the left. You open the door to find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There's also a bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a long time. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of its bone fingers. There's a faint glow of light emanating from the ring, as if it were magical. You may find this ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Seeing that there's nothing of interest here, you leave the cell. Um, all right, all right. You enter the cell on the right. You see a wooden table on its side, some debris on the floor, and a large hole in the corner of the room. You see nothing special. You motion towards the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Fortunately, all you can see is fallen rock blocking the way through. Seeing that there is little you can do, you go back to where you came. Leave. Find yourself what looks like a basement. So I already did this. So I go out behind me. I go up the stairs. And I go outside, and then I gotta go to the unicorn. Go to left. This ring actually might be able to hold the power too. So let's see. Down to the grass. No one at the grave anymore. Continue. Explore the fields. It's a unicorn. Unsure of what's going on, you think of a way to tame the beast. You suddenly remember the harp you found earlier. With harp in hand, you pluck the strings. Shots. A soothing calm comes over you as you listen. The unicorn comes into view and stops before you. The unicorn glares at you and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. Human, I have ear for my words. A great evil has gripped these lands, and it has rendered me powerless. You must find a way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my power, my full power, I can do little. The fate of this land depends on you. Before you can speak, the unicorn turns and runs off again. You realize that you are alone to complete this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You must save the whole land from the spreading darkness. You turn back as you question what you should do next. A faint trail comes to an end. Let's do the pillars now that I have a magical ring. It glows, it glows, it explodes! Oh no. You're amazed at such a sight. And you save. You save like a coward. And you approach the light. The light intrigues you. You walk towards it. The rays of light brush about you as if they're seeking to break away from this home. You remember the ring you have and found to point it towards the light. Your hand trembles as the light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. The light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth to it as you observe. You feel that you accomplished what you must do here. You pick up the orb. Okay, and then we go back. Back! All the way back. Yes, all the way. You go right. I think I can take care of the evil now. You go to the gate. You enter the gate. You enter the door. You go upstairs. You go further upstairs. And more upstairs. No, well, yeah, actually. You continue forward to more stairs. You open the hatch. I can do this! Doc Vance has entangled the structures, as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy it! You stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel a resistance, as if the stone is trying to defend itself. You try to keep hope and focus on the ring. A burst of light shoots from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about. The ground beneath you, your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know that is what you know that is working. You come you feel okay. The ring becomes heavier to hold in your place, but you know that it is working. You feel confidence and a sense of joy sweeping over you. The light intensifies, nearing blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently, as if the tower itself was trying to stop you. What little fear in you becomes powerless as you focus on your task. Everything goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you, and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body, and you find yourself motionless. Everything is cold, and your ability to concentrate begins to leave you. You open your eyes, witnessing what is left of the tower. Dots. You begin to feel something. A warmth, light is coming back. You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanates from its horn on its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. Your adventure does not end here. Achievement unlocked: all unicorns and rainbows. I think I did it. I think I won. So that is Disturbed, which I thought it was pretty good. Had a great art style, and it was a pretty good narrative. I'm a person that likes to play Dungeons and Dragons and such, so I liked all the magic rings and magical swords and little mini quests they give you. And even though it was a pretty short game, I think it was worth it. This was free on Steam, so if you want to try it, even though I basically showed everything, just give it a shot. This Brad Moore seems to be pretty good at this stuff. So I guess I will see you next